I keep thinking that each month is going to be less and less of these Dreamcast games. It's been going on 2 years now since I've started this. And the Dreamcast craze seems to kind of hit a few people this year. There's a lot of people out there now who are starting to finish up their collections or are aggressively going out there and just starting their collections, which is great to see. It's fun following around in other people's adventures and seeing what they get and what they end up finding. Um, when I started this about 2 years ago, I actually started with around 50 Dreamcast games at the time. A lot of them I got really cheap on clearance when they were clearancing out the Dreamcast games back in 2001. Um, and then I've kind of started just to slowly go through and rebuild it, or build up the collection and all that good stuff. And there's certain goals that I guess I'm setting. I'm kind of ignoring the demo discs. I'm picking them up if I do find them, but for the most part, there's 250 Dreamcast games officially for the U.S. One odd one. I'm not sure why they count Sega Swirl as one, even though it came with like the web browser. So maybe that's why they're counting it. But um, I'm getting close. I'm getting down to the final ones, the harder ones to find. And this last January was really good that I ended up finding a couple of those that have been really hard and have been really eluding me for a while. There's still a couple of them that I've come across that I haven't been able to snag just due to either I run out of cash for that month or they happen to be gone by the time I go back for them. So, but along the ways too, I'm kind of building up the rest of my other systems that I do own slowly and just kind of picking up ones here and there that kind of interest me. Being very picky and choosy about the ones for those other systems. Dreamcast, it's kind of difficult because I'm not a sports guy. I'm not really big into the NBA 2K2s and the NFL games and the Blitz and all that stuff. But hey, when you're going for a complete collection, that's the type of thing you run into. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm not gonna get my hopes up for February. I'm sure it's gonna be slowing down quite a bit. But and then I'm gonna change some things up since I guess I haven't been keeping a good track record for showing people exactly what number I'm on or what numbers I have. So hopefully that'll change a little. So kind of look forward to some of that stuff. I didn't mean to kind of turn this into a kind of an updates video. It's not really my intention, but so let's just kind of go into things, I guess, this month. We'll start with kind of the older ones. I managed to actually find a Saturn game, Hexen. When I was a kid, I actually there was a friend that I hung out with, and their dad was really big into the Saturn at the time, and he had the Hexen game, which is one of the few. And I kind of find it funny that I haven't actually played the Hexen game. I haven't played this copy yet, but it was always one that kind of intrigued me just from the cover itself alone. But I guess this isn't an easy one to find either, and I found it for a really good price. The case is in excellent shape, which is really difficult to find for those Saturn games. So jumping into the Dreamcast stuff now. Current tally, I have roughly 208 games, not including the ones that you'll be seeing here. I'll give a final tally at the end here and kind of share the ones that I am missing. A good hard will find one that I came across on accident. This is a Craigslist deal, but a kid was selling Silver, which is a RPG game that I've been wanting to play. I've played the demo of it on some of the demo discs that they had back in the day. It was a really fun one. I've never really come across this game. This is one's kind of been eluding me for a while. So now that I have it, I'm gonna be cracking into this one pretty hard when I get a chance. Another strange one that's kind of eluded me. This isn't really a rare game per se. It's kind of uncommon, but I've seen it from time to time. I just never been able to pick it up because either people were asking too much for it, or at least for what I thought was worth. And that's Tokyo Extreme Racer 2. Really great car racing game. I have played this one in the past with a friend, so I'm familiar with this game and I've gotten through quite a bit of it. Really excited about this one. I managed to snag this one online at a place called TradingGames.com. That's TradeNGames.com. I'll put the link below for that one. Really great place. Sega Channel's done interviews with the guy. I've met him at Midwest Gaming Classic. I'm looking really forward to seeing them again this year to see what they got. But this popped up randomly. I was just I visit the site from time to time just to see what's out there. I popped in, and on the front page he had Typing of the Dead. And this thing, I saw this at Portland, but it wasn't complete. It was just the disc itself, and it was missing the back art, which this is complete. And I've had the keyboard for years. I actually bought the keyboard back when it first came out, so it's in its original box and everything. I kept it. I've never used it aside from like a couple times in Phantasy Star when I did play online. But this is great. I really enjoy the Typing of the Dead series. The Steam one is really fun. Typing of the Dead Overkill. If you have Steam, I highly recommend picking that one up because that one's a blast to play with, especially since you have all the different download packs and it kind of expands on the original game, which is great. Another weird one that's kind of strange to me that was hard to find. NBA Hoops. This is one of the few select sports games I am missing. This one kind of reminds me of like NBA Jam. It's kind of got that feel to it. It is made by Midway, who made NBA Jam. But just looking on the backside, don't mind the sticker, but I don't know if the glare is going to give you that much. But judging by the pictures, it certainly looks like NBA Jam. So that'd be a cool one. Matt was really nice. He actually ended up snagging one of the games that was on my list. My friends and family, I keep asking him to look out because I got family all over the U.S. And if you come across a retro store or whatever, I've been asking just to see what they got. But Matt found Ooga Booga for me. This is supposed to be a really fun party game, I guess. I haven't really played this one yet. But that'd be kind of cool to crack into. One of the last Dreamcast games for January. This one has eluded me for a long time, and I've always wanted to play this one. I think the first time I actually played this was on Xbox Live when they released it digitally, which is great and all, but it just didn't have that same feel to me. Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, Buckaroo, Mark of the Wolves, an SNK game. This is the last SNK game I've been missing, but really love the Fatal Fury series. Love those classic 2D fighters, especially from SNK. I've been getting a lot into SNK stuff lately. Really fun stuff. Not per se a game, but it is something of the Dreamcast stuff I am missing, but I've finally managed to get a complete Dreamcast mouse. So now I can play Quake Online and all that stuff on the Dreamcast. It's just kind of funny. Quartered mouse, yeah. It's really good, it's great stuff. Yeah, funny stuff anyway. Getting more into the modern stuff. I'm sure most people have watched Metal Jesus Rock's video on exclusive games to the Xbox. And one of them was one I kind of challenged myself to find. I thought it'd be kind of funny. I don't know why this one stuck out to me, but it was Outlaw Volleyball, which is exclusive to Blockbuster. And I guess this is what I thought would be kind of difficult to find, was being that it was an Xbox exclusive and a Blockbuster exclusive, that most places wouldn't carry this. Surprisingly, around here, it's very, very common, which I was so shocked at. I mean, average price for it was just $2, no matter what. Even if it was at the higher end retail reseller shops, they were selling it for cheap. And this one is complete with the manual and everything inside of it. I haven't played it yet, but I just thought it was really funny that I set out to find this game that I thought would be really hard to find. And in 2 days, I found like 4 or 5 of them just all in a row in one store, and they were only asking $2. So I picked that up, figured why not, give it a shot. Keeping with the Xbox stuff, I found this one just kind of randomly. I kind of overpaid for it, honestly. It wasn't exactly the price I really was hoping to find for it, but this one seems to get difficult. This is Crazy Taxi 3 High Roller. Not the best game in the series of Crazy Taxi. But every time I find this one, it's usually missing the manual, or the cover's kind of ripped, the disc is in bad shape. So this one actually was in pretty decent shape. I grabbed it. Again, you know, it was kind of up there, but I guess Xbox games are now starting to kind of get higher in price. This one, again, like I said, I was getting more into the SNK stuff. Came across some PSP games at GameStop. One of them was Metal Slug. Not complete, but hey, I actually just wanted to play the game, so that was kind of fun. Kind of expensive still. I was kind of surprised. That was one of the higher ones. Usually they're now going for like $5-10. That was a little more than that, but I also got a rather uncommon game, which I was kind of surprised to see sitting there. God Hand by Clover. And these are the guys who made Okami. I kind of like their style, so I wanted to check this game out. I've heard a lot of good things about God Hand. I guess it's kind of a gem of some sort to some people, so I'll have to check that one out. While I was at Anime Apocalypse, I ran across this game. I wanted to play. It looked really good. It has like anime cutscenes, and I used to own one of the game of the series for the original Xbox. I ended up having to sell some time ago, and I haven't been able to pick that back up. Haven't really seen it. It's become really uncommon now, and I'm kind of kicking myself as usual for selling some of those games that I thought would be kind of easy to find down the road, and turns out not to be true. This one is sort of uncommon. It's Bloody Roar Primal Fury for the GameCube, which I guess is kind of a better game than Bloody Roar Extreme, which is on the Xbox, but I'm not sure. But I mean, it looked fun, and I Play Games had it over there at Anime Apocalypse, and it looked interesting. Moving on to the last few, managed to get a shooter, Raiden 4. And this is published by UFO, or Moss, which is the Raiden series I really enjoyed. When we were at Portland, I played part of the Raiden series over there at the barcade that we went to. This one's kind of strange to me, though, because this, I guess, was a GameStop exclusive that they had a 2-disc series. So you had the original game. The game's actually in my Xbox right now because I've been playing the crap out of it. But it also has a, I guess it's an original soundtrack, but I guess it was exclusive only to the GameStop. You can see there's the GameStop logo down there. So I'm not sure if there's like a limited edition or if it was just something else. But yeah, it was kind of unusual that they had that. But it was really cheap. I picked it up, and I love shooters. Last game I got, this is more modern, nothing really retro, kind of like the last few have been, but I'm a sucker for the Saints Row series. It's kind of my guilty pleasure for Grand Theft Auto replacement, but I picked up the Saints Row 4 re-elected edition with the Get Out of Hell pack. So I've been playing through this game, having a blast with it. I don't know, I like the cheesy, perverted, raunchy humor that is in the series. It just cracks me up. I love it, and yeah. So that's it for January. February, I'm not going to have a whole lot of hopes for things, but maybe I'll get some more of those harder to find Dreamcast games. I don't know. Midwest Gaming Classic is coming up. I will be attending that with the Arcade Impossible crew. We're only going to be there. I think we're only going to be planning for being there on a Saturday, though. Last year we went for Friday or for Saturday and Sunday, and it kind of didn't really work out for us very well. But we'll be hanging about there. We'll probably be filming something for an episode, and I'm sure, like last year, I'll have some video of us doing a little game hunting around the vendor area, because that seems to be the more popular thing. And yeah, hopefully we come across some really big surprises for you guys. I'm hoping to find some good stuff, and look forward to that. That'll be, I think, coming up in March or April, sometime soon. But it'll be a blast. I'm not sure if Games Trading 1's coming up again this year. I've been trying to convince Girlfriend Versus to come out and hang out with us. I just think it'd be kind of fun to get some of that crew together. But who knows? Who knows who's going to be there this year? So thanks, guys, and we'll see you next month.